I am in Dogtown, and I'm playing in Cyberpunk. I'm supposed to go down this chute, but I wanted to show you something real fast. So I'm hoping that it will let me show you from here. If not, I will have to get into... maybe this is not the right part of the game. Hold on. Let's hit the other button. Okay, hit the back button. Come to settings. Remember me telling you this game was really floaty and it didn't feel good, and it just felt too like I was getting drift on my controller and stuff like that. You might remember that. If you don't feel bad. It's okay. But if I hit my back button and I go to settings... Okay, now, forget this. This doesn't matter. It's the controls. What was making my game so floaty was not this. Now, this one's okay. I have not changed this one. I think that's the default. But this was down here somewhere. It was down here. Was it at point? It was a lot less. Yeah, it was like way down here somewhere, right? And I think that's kind of the default. It's something like this. And for me, that was just making my cursor real floaty and real drifty. It's not going to show it now. Okay, that's okay that it doesn't show it now. But I was using a controller that didn't give me any trouble on any other game. But on this game, it was not the same controller I'm using here, but it was causing drift. So I came in here and changed that inner dead zone to be larger, right? So that the neutral position would not be causing any kind of input. And that seemed to solve my problem. So if you have a problem where, especially your left stick feels like it's drifting, I guess it applies to your right stick too, honestly. But nonetheless, now here, this is the steering speed for all vehicles. 100 is recommended for controllers. Sometimes, does that not seem like that's too much? I'm probably going to experiment with turning that down some. Not right now, but I wanted to point this out. This is just a little tip, and it's a tip if you didn't know it. I know a lot of people will already say, well, I kind of knew to do that already. Great, wonderful. I'm glad. I was being a doofus. I should have done this before, and I just didn't think about it. Probably a year or two ago when I was first playing this game, it didn't matter. I had a new controller. I probably wasn't having any of that trouble. But then here lately, coming back to the game with an older controller, and, it's got maybe a little drift problem of its own, that fixed it for me. So if you're having trouble with that and your game allows you to adjust this kind of dead zone, you might be able to adjust it out so that you don't have to replace your controller right away. Eventually, I know, we're probably going to have to replace the controller, but that's what, $50, $60 nowadays for a good wireless controller. So, or maybe even 70. I don't remember. I haven't bought one in a while. I've been trying to save some money, right? So this is a way to maintain that old controller if you're starting to get drift and it's making you crazy. It was for me in this game. Now, it wasn't doing that in any other game though. That drift that I was experiencing was only in this game. I think they may have set this a little too, I call it twitchy, where they want you to be able to react like really quickly. And for some people, they want to play that kind of twitchy style of game. I don't. I just don't. That's not the way I am. So anyway, I hope this will be a little helpful to you. This is just a little tip. No big deal. I'm sure that, like I said, I'm sure some of you already knew this and knew how to do that, but I'm just mentioning that. And then there is also this outer dead zone, which adjusts how far. You could make that a lot smaller and it would make it twitchier for you as well. If you make those two equal, then that means every movement's always going to be maximum. So, hey, use at your own risk. But that's two things you can do to help yourself out if your sticks on your controller are getting a little drifty in this game. They at least give you some controls to play around with it and try to fix it up, okay? All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who directly support the channel. I really do appreciate that. And I really do appreciate everyone for watching the videos and interacting. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.
Game over.